get that serious. Motherfuckers be pouring tons and tons of money into gambling. I feel like if you don't have a lucrative income or source of money, then you shouldn't be gambling as much. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. That's how I see it. Yo, what it do, YouTube, man? I'm not want to waste time, so I'm gonna get straight in. So we gonna get straight into it, you feel me? Today we about to be reacting to why the NBA and hip hop are struggling to find their next superstars. Now, I don't think the NBA is struggling, but hip hop for damn sure. So let's see what they talking about. Oh shit, I forgot.
Think about Magic Johnson. You can see the smile.
Like, bro, you gotta think about it. Bro, the NBA got Anthony Edwards, Wembyama, Giannis. Bro, it's a lot of people, bro. Them just the main names right now. Halliburton, SGA, Chet. Come on, bro. Like,
Think about Michael.
what are they talking about?
You can see that cocky grin. Think about LeBron. You can see the image. Pre-game. Shot. You
Yeah.
can close your eyes and there's images of the stars.
And you saying that you can close your eyes and there's images of the stars. And I will rebuttal with that, saying you haven't given the younger stars time to really show what they can do. They show what they can do, but they haven't really had time in the game. You get what I'm saying, bro?
Close your eyes now and do a potato. I don't see anything.
Nah, that's fucked up.
While
Man.
watching the NBA playoffs and seeing stars shine on the brightest stage, I couldn't help but notice the parallels between the NBA and hip-hop. With more access to a wider variety of markets than ever before, both hip-hop and the NBA can reach audiences in the far reaches of the world that were previously inaccessible. Likely due to the hyperconnectivity prevalent in the world with everybody being able to connect digitally at a moment's notice, this is beneficial to stars of both professions, as now, more than ever, they can connect with their audiences and the people that support them. Using social media, artists and athletes can interact with their fans, form connections, and grow with their audience. However, despite the hyperconnectivity, both professions are struggling with popping up the next set of collective stars. While previously, ballers like LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant, and in hip-hop, the big three of Kendrick Lamar, Drake, and J. Cole.
J. Cole be considered part of the big three. That nigga did just cop a plea to Kendrick Lamar. Left Drake stranded. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. Don't shoot the messenger.
In that order, were enough to keep both industries afloat with their popularity. Now, it appears that both fields are in search of stars that will take the reins from the old guard and continue to sustain their respective legacies. In this video, I will pose theories as to why it is, with the abundance of technology constantly keeping us informed and connected, that both the NBA and hip-hop are suffering from a lack of interest in the new crop of talent emerging in both respective fields. Hip-hop and basketball are intrinsically linked. It has been said before that all rappers...
Of course, the cultures go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? Versus is like, you can't really say. I mean, you can't say baseball and country go hand in hand. I don't really know. I don't really watch baseball. I listen to a little country, but they go hand in hand.
And ballers want to be rappers. That is understandable. The lifestyles mimic each other. Adoring fans, frequent travel, and of course, the wealth, luxury, and lifestyle that comes with being one of the best at your craft. However, prior to the advent of social media, fans would be given only a limited glimpse into their favorite athlete or rapper's lifestyle. The closest people got to their favorite celebrity were through magazine features, televised interviews, and eventually the veil was lifted with shows like MTV Cribs, where fans were invited into the homes of their favorite celebrity across the spectrum of entertainment.
Cash Money Mom.
Nowadays, one can have access to their idol at a moment's notice, but as the saying goes, familiarity breeds contempt. Before, unless you knew someone who became successful directly, it was easier to perceive a celebrity's success as a pipe dream. Now, with social media providing direct access to celebrities' lavish day-to-day lifestyle, the familiarity starts to turn into envy. Because of the nature of social media, it naturally leads to comparisons.
See, you can say that. But motherfuckers envy non-celebrities all the time. So it's like, is social media really the one to blame? Because it's like, it's not. It's motherfuckers that's not as popping that motherfuckers wish they could be like. You get what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna say they not as popping, but they're not a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong.
At home, struggling with finances, stuck in a monotonous cycle of work, eat, and sleep, only to open your phone to see your favorite famous person live their best life at the peak of their profession, traveling, and in the case of rappers, flaunting their wealth and possessions. This envy leads to one attempting to discredit said celebrity, either by not supporting and acknowledging their objective excellence at their craft, or by outright hating either verbally or digitally through online forums. In sports, gambling has made it all the more easier to justify hating on a successful athlete simply because they didn't meet the criteria for successfully achieving their parlay. Many athletes have told stories of being ruthlessly berated by fans online and in person for not helping them cash in.
With the fans, nowadays in this era, it's all about gambling. So that's the fan engagement from now. It's pretty almost a parlay up. That's what makes it.
I'd be damned if I won. Who the fuck did I bet on? LeBron. It wasn't even his fault, bro. This is like a couple months ago. I forgot who they was playing. All you had to do was get 20. These niggas went up like 30 or 40, then they got on the bench. That's why I stopped betting, bro. That shit is addictive and it's dangerous, bro. Like, I already got an addictive habit right now. You know what I'm saying? It's not as expensive, but just over time it will add up. But I don't know. I'm saying that just to say I'm not gambling again no time soon.
I created a hostile environment almost for athletes because like it don't even matter. I can have a good game, still be online.
I need one more point. I ain't gonna like up about half a point a couple of times.
You know what I mean?
Like, that's what I'm saying,
like,
bro.
Log into because like my mind be on other stuff, so I'm trying to get on social media. But if I do happen to get on, if I do happen to just scroll, like the comments be like, "You nigga, da 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 da." Like if I see you in the street, I'm, hey, what are you parlaying? Just run up on me,
Bro. It get like that. It get that serious. Motherfuckers be pouring tons and tons of money into gambling. I feel like if you don't have a lucrative income or source of money, then you shouldn't be gambling as much. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. That's how I see it. Even motherfuckers that do have money that be gambling, it's like, you got a lot of money, so what's the point of gambling? So you can win even a little more money, or you can either win a little more or lose a lot less. That's how I see it, bro.
Try it if you want to.
Another reason why the next set of stars can't seem to take the reins over from their predecessors is that we are in an era of oversaturation. With the advent of the 24-hour news cycle, in combination with unfiltered internet access, there is a constant wave of content from a variety of sources, feeding their opinions that vary from game to game, or in hip-hop, from album to album, that help to sway their listeners' thoughts on a particular artist or album. Indeed, in both fields, the mob is fickle and rarely, if ever, satisfied. With the introduction of smartphones, audiences have shorter attention spans than any other time.
I feel like the last album that I listened to that I actually enjoyed was that collaboration album with Dirk and Baby. That shit was tough.
Making people's opinions easier to sway. Because there is an abundance of content readily able to be consumed, people quickly bounce from one opinion to another, and oftentimes, people rely on opinions of their favorite talking head to shape theirs. One day, Stephen A. Smith or another ESPN pundit might say Giannis is the best player. The next day, Jokic. In hip-hop, Anthony Fantano may give critical acclaim to an artist's work, but he has the power to shift an entire fan base's perspective when he releases his review of their latest work. In hip-hop in particular, there were certain factors necessary to have your music heard by a mass audience. Radio was king, and to be heard on the radio, one had to have the backing of the label behind it.
Man, I tell you, like, times have changed so drastically, bro. The radio used to be everything. Now, motherfuckers don't even listen to the radio. I for damn sure don't, unless I have to. Let my phone die. Or whatever the fuck reason why I have to listen to the radio, I will listen to the radio. But I'd rather not, bro. So many ads. Nigga, V100, they play like 3 to 4 songs. Not even 4, like 3 songs, 2 to 3. Between 2 and 4 songs, and then they'll play an ad. The fuck kind of shit is that, bro? So I'm listening to ads majority of my ride, if not majority of my whole ride. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
With the ability to upload to any streaming platform with any given moment, artists no longer need to have the assistance of the major label machine behind them. While this is good for the artist, it does present a problem when trying to decide who is unilaterally the hip-hop GOAT. Hip-hop is split into so many unique subgenres that finding someone with the exact same type
Hip-hop GOAT. I don't know. Give me some options.
artist as you might not be considered what's the best in the mainstream. A perfect example of this is Playboi Carti, who climbed himself from the depths of the underground to become a mainstream hip-hop artist with over 50 million monthly listeners on Spotify. While he is beloved by the younger generation of hip-hop listeners, to the older generation, he seems like a generic auto-tune crooner.
12, Playboi Carti. 11, 21 Savage. 10, Lil Baby. What do we do? Oh.
Beat that, I'm with you. Playboi Carti is horrible to me.
I leave him alone because I know what his fans do.
Same, but
He ain't horrible. He make music for his fans, as he should.
But what the fuck are we talking about?
It's a mess.
I don't even see how Jermaine Dupri not in the top 10.
I don't even see how Playboi Carti's on this list as a rapper.
Who the fuck is Jermaine Dupri? Am I too young to know who the fuck that is?
Jermaine Dupri can rap. Jermaine Dupri wrote mad shit.
He's a top 3 Atlanta, period.
Playboi Carti's on this list because it's a complex list.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't
There's no
understand.
more thought
What
about
does
that.
that mean? Does he have something in the complex?
It means that their audiences
Lean towards.
are
I get it.
Complex's
Got it.
target audience
I got it.
and his target audience.
They
wants
align.
to do this.
Whereas in the early days, it was easier to
That's
submit
hating.
someone like Jay-Z, Drake, or Lil Wayne as the best in the world with how often they were being played on the radio. Next, I believe that the old guard set such an extremely high standard for what is deemed as successful, let alone the best in a particular field. It is hard for the younger generations to live up to the expectation they set. First, in basketball, the consensus goal is Michael Jordan, holding modern players up to a man that won 6 championships in an era where there's
Who y'all talk to? I hate swallowing the shit from Duchess, but who y'all top 3? I got Jordan, Kobe, Bron. Who else?
champion crowned every year is completely arbitrary. Michael Jordan was once in a lifetime type of athlete. Rarely have we seen anyone in the history of basketball match up to his relentless drive, dedication to his craft, and his God-given abilities that made him good at basketball.
What about Kobe and Bron?
Not only are modern players held to the same caliber of excellence Michael Jordan delivered while on the court, but they are also expected to live up to the same standard of professionalism he exuded off the court as well.
He playing against
Charming,
fucking plumbers right now,
charismatic,
bro.
and well-spoken. In the 90s,
Me personally, I think Bron better than Jordan. Look who he playing against. Look who the fuck.
Michael Jordan
Look
was
at
the pinnacle
40.
of black cool. His face
Wall
was
Street
plastered
worker.
everywhere from sneakers
Wall
to
Street
commercials to billboards because he was the most marketable face of his time. However, Jordan himself has admitted that he wouldn't know how to cope if he played in the era of social media scrutiny.
Is that I don't know if I could have, survived in this Twitter comment, in this Twitter time, where you don't have the privacy that you would want.
Try as he might,
At least
Jason
he
Tatum
know.
cannot seem to
At
break
least
the
he know.
barrier to being universal.
Motherfucker be so quick to call LeBron a crybaby. That nigga do be crying, but hey, he deserved it. He earned it. He earned the right to cry.
As the face of the league. Despite having all the accomplishments and accolades necessary to be an NBA great, as well as being extremely marketable, appearing in every ad during the commercial break, Tatum cannot seem to be widely accepted by the masses. Another player the NBA had positioned to be a potential face of the league with his gravity-defying dunk.
Nah, that's over with. Cause I'm not saying that he's over with, but the face of the league, he's still a bucket. But the face of the league is crazy, bro. He had that gun shit that happened, and he. But no, my bad. Technical difficulties. But no, as I was saying, I think that ship has sailed. Ja will forever be a bucket. He's still gonna be a bucket. He's still gonna get his, make sure his team eat. But the face of the league, I'm going with Ant over Ja. I'm sorry. I'm Ant over Ja, bro.
John Moran underwent immense public scrutiny when on 2 separate occasions, one incident happened in the strip club, he was caught waving a gun around. Although Morant has since reclaimed his penchant for weaponry with a slew of celebrations that entertain NBA fans, the damage to his once clean reputation has been done. Anthony Edwards, the burgeoning Minnesota Timberwolves superstar, has also faced media backlash for his predilection for a particular type of woman, including a handful of occasions in which he was outright lambasting women he slept with for not getting abortions. In the court case against his baby mama, he won the right to pay forth a lump sum of child support.
Bro, that's crazy, bro. These niggas out here sharing baby mamas, bro. I couldn't, bro. I couldn't do it, cuz. I couldn't.
As opposed to a monthly sum. In the era of social media where all of the potential NBA superstars' moves are examined closely under a microscope, it is especially hard to be generally accepted by the public. And even in the case of Tatum, one can do everything right but still receive unwarranted hate. One must ask himself, if we had the unfettered access to Michael Jordan in the 90s, would we have overly scrutinized him for his gambling addiction and generally being an asshole to his teammates, just like punching Steve Kerr in the face at practice? In hip-hop, because artists no longer take pride in being an MC and advancing the art form forward like the artists of old, instead choosing to prioritize the glamorous lifestyle that comes with being a rapper, the genre as a whole has suffered. The craft has become seen as a get-rich-quick scheme instead of being treated like the art form it is. Unlike their predecessors, artists no longer write their lyrics, but instead, they use the method that Jay-Z pioneered of punching in. The concept of creating a song...
Bro, punching in is so much easier than writing, bro. Like, when I was rapping, I could write the lyrics, but I couldn't just read them straight through. Like, I couldn't read the whole bar, the stanzas through. So I broke it up into, you know what I'm saying, sections, and that's what worked for me, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But I like extra shit. That shit hard as fuck, bro. Motherfuckers that can do that, I mean you.
Bar rather than writing it down, while pausing to think of the next one to record until the entire song comes together. The lack of care that goes into making the music is now reflected in the audience, as now listeners subscribe to a catchy flow, hook, and a melody rather than attention to lyricism. Fans are also heavily invested into an artist's look, making rappers' jewelry, choice of clothes, tattoos, and even hairstyle more important than ever, whereas previously, each artist more or less had their own unique style. This has caused the older generation as well as the hip-hop gatekeepers to turn their nose up at newer acts, insisting that the new generation doesn't adhere to the expectations set forth by their predecessors. Right. Finally, a key reason that the next generation has yet to take over is a reluctance to do so. Athletes and artists alike recognize the public pressure that comes with being the face of your craft. To be the face, it takes an outstanding ability to...
But to become the face, how do you become the face? It's not like you just volunteer and say, hey, I want to be the face of the NBA. Hey, make me the face of rap. You can't do that. So it's like, how are you elected, or who is, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do we determine who's the face of what in any situation? That's a great question.
Even in the face of adversity and criticism. Most aren't willing to accept the responsibility that the role comes with. The aforementioned Timberwolves star has blatantly come out and said that he doesn't want to be the face of the league.
There's a lot of shit that come with that face of the league, all that, right. You know what I'm saying? So I try, but all my people know I just want to play ball and go to the crib and play my game. I'm not really into all the other stuff, but they be wanting me to get into it. I want to be the guy to just show up and hoop and just kill dudes and go home.
In hip-hop, just like in basketball, where artists like Baby Keem, Jack Harlow, or Lil Baby had the ball in their court when the lights were brightest, they either missed their shot or secluded into reclusiveness. In conclusion, the intertwined worlds of hip-hop and the NBA continue to reflect and influence one another, evolving through shared values, lifestyle, and cultural impact. Yet, in today's era of hyperconnectivity and oversaturation, the path to stardom has grown more complex. The rise of social media has simultaneously offered unmatched access.
That nigga is so bouncy, bro. Real quick. Look how high he got up.
Reflecting and influence one another. Evolving through shared values, lifestyle, and cultural impact. Yet, in today's era of hyperconnectivity and oversaturation, the path to stardom has grown more complex. The rise of social media has simultaneously...
He could have dunked that if he wanted to, but I like the little finesse he put on that.
For unmatched access and crippling scrutiny, making it hard for the next generation to step into the spotlight once dominated by cultural titans like LeBron James, Kendrick Lamar, and others, overshadowed by the legends before them and burdened by constant critics and consumers, we must ask ourselves whether we're allowing space for new icons to rise or
They're not.
stifling their potential with our
Personally, me, I'm still stuck on Curry. Hold on.
nostalgia, skepticism, and ever-changing standards. If hip-hop and the NBA are to thrive in the years to come, we must learn to appreciate the present, embrace new expressions of excellence, and support the evolution of culture rather than resist it.
Hey, I agree. I agree with him to a certain extent, not 100%, but to a certain extent. How you rhyme extent with percent? I need to start rapping again. But no, bro. I agree with him. Now, me personally, I'm one of the people that won't let go of the past because the past isn't gone yet. It's still the present. We still have Curry. We still maybe have LeBron, but Curry coming back for sure, for sure. You know, we still have KD. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say pioneers, but those are the characters that carry our childhoods. Not even our childhoods. All right, the 2010s. I'm gonna say the 2010s. Those are the characters that carried the 2010s. LeBron been dominating shit since like what, 02? I was born in 03. That nigga been killing shit since before I was born. Much respect, but nah, that's that. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. Until the next time, I will catch you niggas in the next one. Yes, sir.